Oh wow, this is bad. This is really bad. I mean, the face is okay, but you look at her hair over here, the bangs over here, it looks like a grey blob of plastic. Is that a nurse outfit or she is just wrapping herself in a towel? Yeah, this is really bad, but apparently there are masochists out there who are willing to buy something like this. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this month's figure release highlights. We will be taking a look at all of the anime scale figures and pop-up parades that were released in April 2023. Normally I would release this video at the end of the month, last month April, but I was on a vacation, so this was delayed a bit. Better be late than never, I guess. Let's head into myfigurecollection.net. So we scroll down over here, can click on database figures. Okay, and then we come down, there it is, this month releases. However, I'm filming this in May, so we will change to April. Right, and then for the categories section, let's filter things down to pre-painted, which excludes all of the Nendoroids, Figmas, and action figures. Okay, so you can actually go through the same process and look for yourself if there are any figures you're interested. Filter it this way. In order to speed things up, I'm not going to go through figures day by day now. I'll just handpick several figures that I think are highlights of the month, and we'll go through them, right? Alright, the first one here, this figure was released on the 29th of April, Avian Romance Flamingo Ballet Dan Ponytail Noko by Union Creative. So this should be an original character. 16,500 yen, very affordable. Non-scale 24 centimeters, that is about 1/4 scale. So let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, this is actually a set with two other figures. Very interesting, but this isn't a very detailed figure. However, at 16,500 yen, not really too bad of a purchase. If you like the character design, to me, I don't find this figure to be any unique or attractive, you know. The next one here, also from the same series, part of the trio. I'm actually wondering, did Union Creative release all three in one single month on the same day? Man, you got the feel for the wallets of those who pre-ordered all three. Okay, the next one here from SAO Progressive, we have Asuna Hoshinaki Yoru no Aria version by Aniplex. This one is 17,000 yen. That is exceptionally low and cheap for a figure like this. I don't think I've seen this version of Asuna before. I think I have forgotten that this figure even existed. I didn't know this figure exists at all. This is a nice figure of Asuna at 1/7 scale, 17k, more like 19k including taxes, right? And nowadays, Aniplex, their figures are actually very decent. So you can feel rest assured and purchase one if you like this one. I'm skipping it. The next one here, Binding Creators Opinion, Creators Collection Nina 1/4 scale. 28,000 yen, not bad for a 1/4 scale. And these are the kind of figures where if you really like what you're looking at, purchase one immediately. If you find one in stock, or it will be gone after that, and you will have a hard time looking for one at a normal pricing. Binding native figures, they are like that. They hold their value, or the value will just keep going up, right? Do not expect a bargain for figures like this. So I'm not going to browse any further. It has to be not safe for work, right? The next one here, this one. This Rengoku Kyojuro by Free Ink, 1/4 scale. This is the complete edition. Released on the 27th of April, 270,000 yen. I remember that there was a huge uproar, a huge controversy back then when this figure was placed on pre-order and people were so shocked by the price, right? There should be a cheaper version right here without that flame base. This one is 33,000 yen. So actually, I am not sure why this flame base would increase the price from 33,000 all the way to 270,000 yen. I'm not sure what is so special about it. Anyways, 270k, would I pay for something like this? No, absolutely not, right? The next one here, Shinobi Master Senran Kagura New Link will now be Star 1x4 as well, released on the 27th for 33,000 yen. Senran Kagura has to be really popular in Japan, I think, because there has been a lot of figures from this series. Yeah, yet I don't really see people talk about them much. There were 2 seasons of the anime adaptation. Oh, look, that is that Zheng word behind on her butt. Very nice. Actually like this one a bit. I like this one quite a bit. I won't purchase it, but would I love to have one? Yeah, why not, right? This is a nice figure. The next one here from Alice Glint and Kadokawa, we have a 1x7 scale Chocola. KD Call from Nekopara. 41,000 yen and 20,000 yen for the regular version. 41k for the limited one. Is this bundled with some kind of Blu-ray disc release? Kadokawa special set exclusive to Kadokawa store, Dengekiya, App 10 and Charaani comes with a special base and hand parts. So this isn't a Blu-ray bundle. I'm not sure if 40,000 yen is worth it for those bonus parts. This is just a 1x7 scale swimsuit figure. If you are telling me 40,000 yen for a set, that is a great price. For one single figure with some bonus parts, not really a good purchase for the exclusive version, but why does my opinion matter, right? Nekopara fans, they're everywhere. They buy their stuff like crazy. Personally, I would just take the regular version. Next one, yep. KD Call Vanilla from Alice Glint Kadokawa. Same thing, 20,000 yen for the normal one, 41,000 yen for the exclusive version. Naturally, if you buy Chocola, you would want Vanilla because a perfect set, right? You want both. Buying only one feels incomplete, but for me, I would settle with the regular version. The next one here, SNK Heroines. This is nostalgic SNK. This is a really old arcade fighting game. Tag Team Frenzy, Fatal Cutie Terry, Bishoujo statue by Kotobukiya, 1x7 scale. So this has to be affordable, right? Yep, 15,000 yen. Bishoujo statues, they are actually great value for money if your requirements aren't that high. You don't have very high expectations, like you want ultra high level of details, you want an amazing base, then this isn't for you. But other than that, they are amazing bargains. This isn't my kind of figure though. The next one here from Fate's Khalid lineup is my Ilya leaked. This is a movie. We have Ilya's Vil von Einsburn by KD Call, 1x7 scale in wedding dress. Too many wedding dress figures in the anime figure market. This one released on 26th of April for 25,000 yen, kind of pricey given that this is a lolly character. And at 1x7 scale, they are more like 1x8 in height. So 26k for this is actually pretty pricey. Oh, and let's purchase one just because you need to show some support for child marriage. Yeah, I know that Ilya, depending on the timeline, Ilya can be adult. She is actually 18 or so. Yeah, depending on the timeline, right? As a big fan of the Fate series, I'm still not going to touch these wedding dress version figures. To me, I don't really see a point. The next one, Kadokawa 1... Is this a 1x7? Oh no, this is a Kadokawa Light. Kadokawa has their own affordable series of figures nowadays. This is My Sakurajima going for 5,300 yen, released on the 26th of April. Well, I am actually curious, but at the same time, to me the face looks a bit weird. Yeah. In the end, we will have to see the actual product in person. This is good value, assuming that the figure turns out great, right? Kadokawa's version of Pop-Up Parade. I can see this one selling really well. My Sakurajima, the figures, there are so many of them and quite a number of them became rare and expensive in the aftermarket. Next one, this is a Pop-Up Parade, Needy Girl Overdose Chozetsu Saikawa Tenshi-chan. Must be from some game, I think. I don't know this character at all. So this one is out, and if you're interested in, maybe wait for some user pictures before deciding whether to purchase this figure. Up next, from Girls Frontline, PA15 1x6 scale by Fat Company. Yeah, this is one of those GFL figures which I want really badly, but budget is a limitation on my side. 16,800 yen, that is a fabulous price. For 1x6 scale, at 1x6, 17.5 centimeters tall, not bad. I want one of these. There are two color versions if I'm not mistaken for this figure right here. Yes, here it is. This is a different color version. I actually prefer the blue color version more. To me, yeah, this is a candy tone color, like, pastel candy tone color. But I would prefer her outfit to match the hair color. Personal preference anyway, I would pick this version. This version looks a lot nicer. The next one here from Machikado Mazoku Lilith Yoshida Yuko 1x7 scale uniform version by Kotobukiya and Medicos Entertainment, 17,500 yen. Good price for 1x7 scale, but that is to be expected from Kotobukiya. 25 centimeters tall, but that is all the way up to the umbrella. If you like the anime, maybe go for it. Yeah, there's another character over there. Seasonal anime stuff nowadays, I tend to avoid them unless I like the character a lot. Like, a lot. Yeah. Up next, Hololive Nakiri Ayame 1x7 scale by Kotobukiya. She is out in April for 18,000 yen, released on the 25th. Yeah, if you are a fan of this character, this VTuber, go for it. Kotobukiya's figures, they are fine really. I know that I don't always have very kind words for Kotobukiya, but at least for this figure over here, I'm quite certain that the figure isn't glued to the base. Yeah, usually this kind of round disc base, they are actually removable compared to diorama bases among Kotobukiya figures. And you see how small and compact that base is? That is always a good thing. You won't need much space on your display shelf. Next one here from Higurashi, we have Rude Hanyu 1x7 scale from Good Smile Company and Miyuki. This one is almost 20,000 yen, released on the 25th of April. You see, I also didn't know this figure existed. I might have missed out them back then. In the past when I don't do Figure News Fix videos, it is not like I visit Ami or Good Smile's Facebook page every day, so I might miss out on some things. Nice base, by the way. 20,000 yen is not too bad. And this figure being something made by Miyuki, I'm actually curious on what the quality is like, because I have an eye on their Oshino Shinobu figure. Yes, Good Smile is probably the distributor here. Miyuki is the one behind the figure. The next one here are FGO Raikou, Lancer Raikou from Good Smile. You see, this one is going for almost 30,000 yen, and that is before taxes. And you see, within 3 days, the figures was released. Ami was already selling her for 27,000 yen, which is already 10% off, right? So my advice to those of you who are interested in this figure, just like I do, but you did not pre-order, wait for a bit longer, wait for a month to 3 months after release, and you are going to find bargains. I guarantee you that. When this thing falls to closer to 20,000 yen, that is when I'll pick up this figure, and I do intend to review it, of course. I'm collecting FGO stuff, and I don't have any Raikou figure yet. Belle Fine used to make one figure of her. That one is pretty rare now, even though the quality wasn't that good. So this one is a must-have for me. Next one here from Rental Girlfriend, Mizuhara Chizuru by Good Smile. This one is 1x7 scale, 23 centimeters tall, almost 20,000 yen. This is also something I would say, wait a bit longer for the price to drop a bit. This figure, I actually want it so badly because this is very photogenic. This looks like a casual shot you take with your smartphone or with your camera. You go on vacation, you bring a small camera like this, and then you were dating your girlfriend down the streets. She turns around and looks at you, you capture a quick shot. This is what it looks like. So this looks very natural as a pose. Sometimes simple figures are also a good thing because they look very natural. So I would really love to photograph this figure right here. However, it is also because this is a simple figure. I'm not going to pay 19,000 yen for this. I'll wait for the price to drop a bit lower and maybe pick one up when I have the opportunity to. Next one here, original character Kinshi no Ane swimsuit version by Union Creative, 16,500 yen, released on the 21st of April. Well, this is just a bikini figure, right? This is no different from our treasure 1/8 scale bikini figures, or with Beach Queens, which was a thing back then, but Beach Queens was cheaper and smaller at 1/10 scale. Even among original characters, I don't see why one should pick up this figure because there's nothing much going on. When you buy an original character, you will want to like the character design. That is a main factor why you would buy something like this, original characters. This one doesn't even have the selling point of having a nice character design. So I really have no idea what Union Creative was thinking when they decided to make this figure. Next one, Bomber Girl, Pine Dream Tech 1/7 scale. Dream Tech is under Wave Corporation at 1/7 scale. This one is going for 21,800 yen, released on the 21st of April. Whenever you say Bomber Girl, the company that comes to mind is Amakuni, not Dream Tech, not Wave Corporation. So in a sense, yeah, I did not know this figure even existed as well. Oh, okay. This is an interesting face expression I've never seen in any other skill figure. This is something new. Wow, look at that. Very different. I think for this faceplate alone, I can see why some of you would want to purchase this. The next one here, Skytube Togetsu Matsui 1/6 scale, or Suwari version by Alpha Max and Skytube. This is an ecchi figure. 20,000 yen, not bad for 1/6 scale, but at the same time, this kind of sitting pose figures, even though they are 1/6 on paper, they tend to be really small in size, right? Yup, as you can see, only 15.5 centimeters head height at 1/6 scale. So with this character, Togetsu Matsui, I used to own a figure of her from Skytube, the very first version, which she has that Asian squat defecation pose. Yeah, that one. I sold it already. Probably one of my biggest mistakes with selling a figure, but I had to get rid of it because I needed to fund other purchases. This is probably the third or the fourth different version of Togetsu Matsui already. So obviously this character is quite popular. This version, in my opinion, isn't as nice as the first two versions. Yeah. Unfortunately, the first two versions, not easy to find nowadays and very rare, very expensive. The next one here, Misaka Mikoto 1/7 scale from Kotobukiya, out on the 19th of April, and as you can see, 3 price points, 21k, 19,500, 17k. The two expensive ones, they are the limited versions. Probably they are just giving us another faceplate and then charging a few thousand yen extra. Koto does that a lot. This one, you'll want to wait for bargain bins. Yes, wait for the price to drop a bit before dropping or cash on one. But if I had to choose, there is an older version where she is hopping off a few metallic structures in a construction site. Also by Kotobukiya, that one is way better, way nicer. There you go, extra faceplate. Kotobukiya does this all the time. The older version is better if you can find one. That one is not rare at all, right? The next one from RWBY, Hyosetsu Teikoku. RWBY Rose pop-up rate. The pop-up rate is out. Wait for user pictures before getting one. I think the entire set is out this month. Oh, my internet connection sucks. Alright, so RWBY Rose, and then we have, Yen Xiaolong, also out. Wise Shni, this one is also out. And then Blake Belladonna. This is among my favorite character designs from the entire group. And that is all. What is that great hair girl's name? I can't remember her name. RWBY, I think. So you see, this is my concern over here when Good Smile releases almost the entire set in one single month, in short, rushing things out, right? The next one here, Shumatsu no Harem. Suo Mira, 1B style 1x4, skill by freeing. A pretty spicy, edgy seasonal anime where you need to make babies to save the world. 30,000 yen, released on the 19th of April. This is just another bunny figure, in my opinion, but if you liked the anime, yeah, maybe pick one up before she becomes too rare, because in future this won't be re-released again. Well, if she got a re-release, yeah, the stocking is going to be gone, right? You get bare legs. Next one here from New Game, we have Takimoto Hifumi B-Style, also out on the 19th, 33,000 yen, and the other character is also out, Suzukaze Aoba. Yeah. Once again, these are all seasonal anime stuff, yet at the same time, we are talking about freeing B-Style. If you want one and you did not pre-order, grab one while they are still available. I don't think they are going to be that rare in the short term, but in the long term, that is a different story. Next one here from Code Geass, we have Lelouch Lamperouch, GEM series 1x8 skill by Mega House. This should be a re-release, right? Yeah, this came out back in year 2017 for 26,000 yen. That was an exclusive set with Suzaku, as you can see over here. So it was 13,000 yen each, and thanks to inflation, now it is 17,000 yen for the regular version. Exclusive version with CC this time, 42,000 yen. Code Geass is a legend. Needless to say, there's nothing much to say about this series. This is legendary. I enjoyed the anime a lot back then. This is a 12-year-old anime by now, 12 or 13 years old. A set with CC. See, this is a very nice set. Yeah, CC is also out for the same price. 25,000 yen, limited only, no regular version. 46k in set with Lelouch. This isn't my favorite CC figure. My favorite version is the one where with her butt sticking out, where she is leaning against a column. That is also a Mega House figure. I believe that one is also getting a re-release. Yeah, go for that one. This one doesn't tickle my fancy as much. Next one here from No Game No Life, a 1x7 skill Shiro, Yu Kamiya Artworks version by Good Smile. 23,600 yen, so she's more like 25k, just released on the 17th of April. Okay, so with this version of Shiro, I actually had a discussion with a number of other figure collectors as well as YouTubers. There are mixed opinions on this figure of Shiro. This is a great figure. Good Smile did an excellent job with this figure, but with that face over there, yeah, this is not going to be something everyone likes. There were people telling me they prefer the E-Stream version. Yeah, naturally, the E-Stream version is the version we all know more about, because that is what she looks like in the anime version, we call it. This one is based on a very specific art style. I'm guessing the cover of a light novel. So the art style is a bit different, and the eyes over there, yeah, some people did not like the eyes, understandably. They are pretty high contrast. But this is still an amazingly detailed figure to have. If you are a fan of No Game No Life, maybe pick this one up if you can afford it. Yeah. The next one here, Hatsune Miku 1x1 Scale Symphony 5th Anniversary version by Good Smile. 1x1 scale, 34 centimeters tall. So this is like a fairy-sized Miku or something like that. I have no idea. 32,000 yen is expensive, but it is easy to see why. This is an amazing figure with a unique base, with a, what do you call that? I don't know what that is called. And if you can't afford every single Scale Miku figure ever made, most people don't, right? This is one of those that should be in your short list of Miku figures to buy. Yeah, it is impossible to afford everything, but this one right here, in my opinion, this is one you should get, because this is so unique. Even among all of the Miku figures out there. Look at that base. This isn't something you see every day, right? So go for this Miku figure. Seriously, this is a good buy even at 32k, but I do think the price will come down a bit. 27, 28k maybe. Next one here from the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, we have Futaba Anzu 1/7 scale by Lee Kon. Released on 17th as well, 26,000 yen. That is pretty pricey for 1/7 scale of a lolly character. And her best friend is also out. Yeah, this one here, Moroboshi Kirari. Also 25, oh, this is 25k. Yeah, still pretty expensive for a 1/7 scale. They look fantastic together. I'm not going to lie. This is a fantastic pair of figure of Anzu and Kirara. They are like inseparable in the anime. I saw the anime actually. Yeah, these are good purchases if you can stomach the price. To me, the price feels a bit too high. The next one here, this is Pop-Up Rate Danganronpa 1-2 Reload Fujisaki Chihiro. This one is a pop-up rate. If you want a figure of her, I guess that you don't have too many choices. Next, from Azulane, we have Hermione, Pure White Holiday version by Union Creative. This one is 20,000 yen, released on the 15th of April. Yeah, I like this swimsuit figure a lot actually. The colors are kind of bland, understandably. The whole thing is white color. There is something really appealing about the sculpt of the body over here, especially the boobs area over there. Like, you know, the clothes are squeezing against it. That looks fantastic. I think that is what that is attracting me over here. All these subtle details, right? If the figure turns out actually good, maybe you can go for this one, because we are talking about Union Creative here. They are hit and miss. That's a really poor quality of her picture over here. It looks okay over here, but certainly not as great as those official product photos. Or maybe this is just the owner of the picture not taking a good shot, because it certainly isn't. Next one here from RWBY, we have RAM wedding version. Here we go, more wedding dresses. This one is just under 20,000 yen. I think, was it Fat Company? They used to make something very similar. Though Ram had a very salty face on it. I loved that one actually because of the face expression. This one is not as attractive in comparison. And you see, this is the problem I have with most Ram and Ram figures in our market. Be it skill figures or price figures, you look at this happy face expression on Ram. This expression is something you will never see in Ram in the anime, right? She is not this kind of person. Well, both Ram and Ram, in fact, you'll never see this kind of smile on them. So all these things, all these fan service versions of Ram and Ram figures, they don't attract me at all because they feel out of character. Next one here, Prima Doll Gekka. Prima Doll is seasonal anime, I think. From Kotobukiya, this one is 23,000 yen exclusive version, 20k normal version. Must be the faceplate again, right? 20k is pretty expensive at first glance, but you're getting a set of table and chairs. Well, not too bad really, not too bad. Wait, is that an extra faceplate? I know you're getting something else on top of that. Well, really, 19 centimeters is closer to 1/8 scale because this is a short character. I know nothing about her. Orders via Kotobukiya will come with a Shikishi and limited version Prima Doll Electric Gramophone Record number 3 Beta CD. Oh, you are getting a CD. So for additional 3,000 yen, get a CD and a Shikishi. Not too bad, really. The next one here, original character, Otaku Circles Princess 1/6 scale by Native and Rocket Boy, 22,500 yen, released on 15th of April. Oh, this is great. One of those gamer girl chairs. She is taking a selfie. Now this is a pose which you don't see that often in anime figures. There were 2 or 3 of them out there and all of them were edgy figures, right? I like this figure a lot, but unfortunately, I don't see myself picking one up. This is a good purchase. Native Rocket Boy, they make great X-rated figures. Next one here from Saikano, we have Sawamura Spencer RWBY. This is a pop-up parade by Max Factory, so hopefully it is kind of decent. I don't think we'll ever see RWBY wearing something like that because she is too tsundere to wear an outfit like this. There are already some user pictures over here. Yeah, we have a close-up shot. Well, yeah, typical pop-up parade quality, right? And this isn't a good photo either. The face looks kind of sad, don't you think? The face expression could use some work, unfortunately. But at least they got it right. Next one here are original character Minete-chan, 1/6 scale by Daiki Kogyo, 20,000 yen at 1/6 scale. This is 25 centimeters tall, so that is a fairly good value. To me, this is nothing unique, nothing special. Like, this is probably a summer dress, right? And I really dislike this kind of transparent, translucent dresses. To me, they don't look realistic. They don't look natural. It feels like she is wearing something made from wax, right? I'm never a fan of this kind of materials when it comes to shirts. But the good thing about this kind of material is that they are color injected. They are not painted on the surface. So if the figure is cast offable like this one over here, you can remove her clothes. You won't have paint transfer problems. So this is more of a pros and cons situation. On one hand, it doesn't look as nice, but you won't have paint transfer problems. The next one here, Urza Scarlet pop-up parade, Grand Magic Royal version by Good Smile pop-up parade, right? Yep. I like the previous version a bit more. And there is an L version of her figure coming out. Yeah, the previous version of her pop-up parade is a lot nicer than this one. Next one here, also from Fairy Tail, Lucy Heartfilia pop-up parade, Grand Magic Royal version, already out on the 13th of April as well. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this one. The first version that came out years ago, those were better. And if you look for the older version, there is also a highly likelihood that you will end up with a better figure compared to pop-up parades nowadays, which they are not as great as before. Next one here, another pop-up parade, we have Black Rock Shooter Empress Awakened version. This is based on the anime version, the series, out on the 13th of April as well. My favorite version of BRS is still the science fiction style 2035 game version. That is still the best version. There were no scale figures on that one, only Figma, and the Figma is, yeah, really expensive too. Not as big of a fan of this version, really. The next one from Kuku no Inazuke, we have Amano Erika pop-up parade, out on the 13th of April as well. Why are you showing us a black screen? Come on, man, show us your selfie or something. Seriously, like, Good Smile, just put a sticker on decal on her smartphone screen showing something. Why a black screen? Hi, my phone is out of battery, can you lend me your power bank? Next one, Little Witch Nobita, pop-up parade as well. I like the character of this a lot. The character design, this looks very nice. I don't know anything about the character though. You see, in these official product photos, she looks great. However, user pictures, there are 8 of them. Nice, let's have a look. Now we have a close-up shot over here. This is a good purchase. Her face looks fine over here. This is a very good pop-up parade. At least when we look at the face, right? So if you like her, maybe pick one up. This is promising. The next one here, Hatsune Miku 1/7 scale Lands of the Eternal version. This one is really expensive, if I remember correctly, by Good Smile. 28,000 yen, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, let's have a look. I mean, when you look at the umbrella she is holding, the amount of details over there, and that outfit, that bulky outfit, there are going to be clear plastic rods underneath supporting it, right? This is a good purchase, of course. You like Miku and you want a really unique figure of her, something very detailed, go for this one. I never doubt Good Smile Company's quality when it comes to their higher end figures. We are talking about 25,000 yen and above. They usually deliver. So you don't really have to worry about whether they'll screw up on this figure. If you like this one, go ahead and buy one. Will the price drop? Now this is difficult to guess. If I have to be honest, I do see the price falling a bit. Like falling by 10%, possible. Falling by 30%, maybe not. The next one, PR Pro Characters, Hatsune Miku 1/7 scale. This is by Stronger and Tokyo Otaku mode. Lamb Rock Singer version, this one is just under 13,000 yen, very affordable, but for a good reason. This is a really simple figure. Yeah, that zombie look, I think there was another Miku figure that went on pre-order, zombie version. Yeah, she looked similar to this one. This is not my cup of tea really. Next one, another Miku figure. Every month there are so many Miku figures. This is the with Solwa version. 1/7 scale by Good Smile as well. 21,630 yen. Okay, you see, this one over here, she obviously is inferior to the other two 30,000+ yen, 28,000 yen Good Smile Miku figures we have just went through earlier. The one where she is standing on that musical thing, and yeah, just now that one holding an umbrella. This one is obviously inferior, not as nice. So do you think this thing will fall in price? She is normally 22k. I don't think it will happen. If you are kind of interested in her but you're unsure, you're on the edge, 50-50 chance you might buy one, I would suggest waiting for the price of this one to drop. The outfit is kind of unique, that semi-translucent outfit over there. Yes, I just said that I don't like semi-translucent parts that much, but it kind of works on this figure somehow. The figure is so glossy, so shiny, so bright, brighter than my future perhaps. Next one here, another RAM figure. This is the birthday 2021 version by Kadokawa. So are they going to make a new RAM figure for every year? Each time there's a birthday of RAM? This one is out on 12th of April for 18,500 yen. And I don't see a point why I should buy this RAM figure. There are so many other versions of her which are better. RAM is probably out in the same month too, I think. See, like I said earlier, this is so out of character. Both are so out of character. Yup, RAM is also out. Okay, next one here from Isekai Meikyu Harem. This was great anime. I really wish that there is a season 2 of this. Roxanne Katie Call 1/7 scale. This is by Kadokawa and Wing Company. Kadokawa seems to be working with everyone. They work with Wing Company, they work with Good Smile, they work with, yeah. It is probably the licensing part, right? Kadokawa is the license holder after all. This one is out on the 12th of April, 19,000 yen. And this is one such example where translucent part really sucks. Yeah, this looks terrible. That Miku earlier was fairly unique, fairly attractive. I think it was because of all the bling everywhere, very glossy. This is an example of a really bad translucent part. Is this cast-offable? I mean, Wing Company, do they make cast-offable figures? I don't think so. At the same time, there are not many figures of Roxanne, so unfortunately, your choices are limited. Next one, from Shield Hero Season 2, we have Raftalia Red Dress Style version by Kadokawa at 1/7 scale, out on the 12th of April as well, 22,500 yen. This one is not bad as well. My favorite version is still the Kotobukiya version, surprisingly, given how much I talk bad about Kotobukiya. Yeah, the Sword Hero version, that is still my favorite version. I think that one isn't out yet. This one is a close second or third place, I think. Not bad, but this isn't a very detailed figure. Like you see, the outfit is plain flat red, not much shading going on with the paintwork. Two face plates as well. So 22k is not too bad when you look at the base you're getting. You see the Chinese dress over there. I can tell that the details are lacking. Could have been better really. You know, with all the folds around her breast and the waist, all the folds, they could have done some shading over there. The next one here from Fat Company, we have Izawa Shizue from that slime anime. This girl is already dead. I know that is a spoiler, but I think by now everyone already knows that. 16,000 yen, not bad. Released on the 10th of April. Simple figure, small and compact base. You get that slime over there, remove tempers, and a unique base. 16,000 yen. Not a bad purchase really if you are a fan of the series, because there were not many scale figures of this character. Next one, this Megumi Kato. I'm kind of sad about it. I own this figure and I was thinking of selling her, but now that she is re-released, how am I going to sell mine? I guess I'll just keep her. We will see, but this is a very good figure of Megumi Kato. If you are looking for a scale figure of her and you do not want to spend too much on a Megumi Kato figure, this is the one to go for. I can highly recommend it. That Otaha over there, I don't like it as much. I do have one. Megumi Kato and RWBY, yes, they were very good figures, so go for it. This one should be relatively affordable. 10,000 yen. 10,000 yen, 11,000 yen. This is a steal. Go for it. The next one here from Dead Alive, another Kurumi figure by KD Call, but this is a 1x2.5, must cost a fortune, right? Not really. 155,000 yen. This is still almost half, about 60% of the price of that Rengoku earlier at 1x4 scale, and you get that giant ass flame base. This is still a better buy than Rengoku. This is a huge figure. I think this is the ultimate trophy figure for Kurumi fans. What is the size? 65 centimeters. This is Dolphy size. 155k. Well, I really can't complain about the price when the size of the figure is this huge, right? The next one here from Punishing Grey Raven, we have Chi. How do you pronounce that? Q, Chi. 1x7 scale, Crimson Blessing by Luminous Box. Okay, Luminous Box, I don't know much about this company. Released on 7th of April, 17,000 yen. Not bad of an offering in terms of the value department. Quite a bit of details going on. This almost looks like something you would see a Chinese figure company make, right? Feels very Chinese. You can feel the Chinese culture going on in the outfit, at least partially. This is a great figure, great looking figure. Okay, so there are 4 user pictures. Let's have a look. As usual, the photos doesn't look great. Well, this looks like your typical Kotobukiya figure, I think. The level of shading and the detail department with the paint work. The photo is too dark. It is underexposed on the face. I really can't make any solid judgment based on these pictures over here. A very good sign over here is that the seam lines on top of her head is very neat. You don't see bad seam lines. That is a good sign. That is something even Kotobukiya couldn't get it right in some of their figures. The next one, this is a good one, really good one. Rescue Iowa from Kankole. This one is 32,000 yen. I know, very expensive. But for a figure like this, if she were to come out next year, going on pre-order this year, release next year, this would be a 45,000 yen figure. So to pay 32k for a figure with these big ship parts around her and that water effect base, honestly speaking, this is a bargain for Kankole fans. Do pick this one up before you regret it. Rescue figures, they are good. I already have a number of their scale figures from FGO. I'm very happy with them. It is a quality company. And as for whether the value will go up after release, I really don't know how to predict, because Kantai Collection, they actually went downhill, right? Nobody cares about them anymore except for the loyal fans. And as a result, a lot of the scale figures that were released 5 years, 8 years ago, the value went down like crazy. All bargain binned. So for a brand new figure from Kantai Collection, how the value is going to hold, I'm not sure. But seriously, you shouldn't be factoring in the aftermarket values of a figure when you commit to the hobby of collecting anime figure. You should be enjoying the hobby instead of concentrating on the profit part, right? That is not what the hobby is about. The next one, we have Ayanami Ray 1x7 scale version Radio Era version by Hobby Max. There are two versions as usual, two different color. This one is only 13,000 yen. It is a bargain actually. So this is the normal color version, and then we have a black and white version. So naturally with this specific character, with this Ray, I would go for the colored version. Asuka, which came out like a month ago, the black and white version is actually kind of fantastic. It looks great, right? It is not 100% grayscale. I think the hair, no, the outfit still has some colors on it, but the hair was black and white. It looks amazing. I can't say the same for this version of Rei Ayanami though. I would go for the color version. The next one here, we have a pop-up rate of Ayanami Rei. I actually saw this one in the shop recently. Looks okay, to be honest. And you can check out the user pictures. Maybe this might be a good purchase if you are looking for a figure of Ayanami Rei, but you want to be on a budget, you know. At the same time, you see, this is a well-made pop-up rate figure. At least based on these pictures over here, I can't complain at all. This is good quality coming from Good Smile for pop-up rate. And I really wish that they have this kind of standard on every pop-up rate they make, which unfortunately isn't the case. The next one is another pop-up rate from Max Factory, already out on 5th of April. This is Heavily Armed High School Girls She. Never heard of them. The pose is kind of awkward if you were to ask me. Yeah, the pose looks really weird over here. And number one, this is standing on a single leg. Number two, being a pop-up rate, there are no metal reinforcements. I'm not sure how this figure is going to stand up in the long term. Will it lean? I don't have that confidence because this isn't an expensive scale figure with extra reinforcements. This is just a pop-up rate. And that is all for the figures released from 1st to 30th of April, those with a specific release date. If we scroll down over here, there are more figures at the bottom. These are the figures where they might have already been released in April, but there was no news, no solid date, because some figure companies, they don't have a specific release date for their figures, only a release month. Or maybe it was delayed, but there was no notice from the figure company. So yeah, the details are stuck. Maybe there is a new release date or month. They haven't updated it yet. So we will pick a few notable figures, a few highlights, and go through them and see, well, are they any good? The first figure that caught my attention over here is this one over here. This reminds me of that Denpa Shoujo Onanoko something. It was a seasonal anime from like 10 years ago. This looks like an adult version of her. I think she was supposed to come out last month, and yet this month there is no news yet. This is one of the most boring looking Orchid Seed characters, Orchid Seed figures out there, so I can't really recommend this one. We take a look at the bottom. Oh, she is already in stock, so yeah, this figure is already out, but I can't really recommend it with how plain and simple this figure is. Orchid Seed can do better than this. They are actually a great brand. 21k is not high by today's standards, but still a no for me. The next one here, we have Shiranui 1x7 scale from Omnioji by Wings Incorporated. This one is 25,000 yen. Oh, I remember covering this figure last month. She was delayed. So is she out? Okay, yes, the figure is already out finally. So let's talk about her again. You look at all those details around her outfit, those giant fans. It is going to be a big risk buying this figure online, you know, because we don't know if it will end up arriving broken in the box. I hope not, because depending on which part of a figure is broken, some of them you can repair them and you won't see a single trace of it. For transparent, translucent parts like this, it is always bad news when they break, because no matter what kind of adhesive you use, what kind of glue, you are going to see the stains and all of the leftover traces of your glue. So that is definitely a really bad thing. This is an amazing figure, just that it looks like something that comes from a Chinese brand instead of a Japanese one. Great to have, definitely. This is a great figure to have, but I would be really concerned with buying this and shipping it across half the planet to my doorstep. I believe I'm going to have anxiety disorder for 2 whole weeks when I buy something like this, hoping that it won't arrive broken. You can't even trust EMS over here, right? You can't. The next one here, Senki Jesho Symphogear GX Kazanari Tsubasa by Hobby Stock and Wing Company, 27,000 yen, supposed to be out in April 2023. So 23k for a relatively simple figure, but at least with a dynamic pose is actually kind of expensive. But if you like Senki Jesho Symphogear, go for it, especially if you did not pre-order one, because number one, there are not many figures of her, not many figures from this series out in the market. Number two, Senki Jesho Symphogear is crazy popular in Japan. The value very likely is going to go up after release. So if you happen to come across one after release, you would like one, yeah, buy it. Let's have a look at the bottom. Yeah, it is already in stock in a number of figure stores. As you can see, Hobbylink Japan's 27,000 yen. Solaris Japan almost 30,000 yen. And I just told you guys the value is going to go up. So you see, that's the thing. You want to know whether a figure value will go up or not. You figure it out whether it is crazy popular in Japan. The next one here from Princess Connect, we have Izumo Miyako 1x7 scale by RWBY's Chinese brand. And RWBY, they are starting to make quite a reputation for themselves for putting figures on top of what looks like dessert or food. And they make a tremendous combination. That is a fantastic combination. This one is 24,000 yen. You see, this figure is so adorable, so attractive. She is holding a spoon. The whole thing, the whole setup just looks so attractive to me, you know. I don't collect the series Princess Connect, but I want it so badly. The colors are so vibrant. So will this figure become very rare after release? Not so much, right? RWBY's Chinese companies, they really mass produce their stuff like crazy. In case this thing sells out in Japanese websites, you are very likely to be able to find it in Chinese websites like Taobao. According to some people, she has been delayed to May, but I'm not sure because Chinese figures, sometimes they are released early in China, and then in Japan and everywhere else internationally, yeah, it is a bit later. Maybe it is already out in China. The next one here, Phoenix 1x7 scale Nakano Yotsuba from Gotobun no Hanayome. This is the Shiromuku version. Shiromuku version is like, you know, the trademark of Phoenix, like how Freeing does B style, and then you have some other companies doing only swimsuit. Yeah, Shiromuku seems to be full wheel and Phoenix trademark nowadays. 22,000 yen is kind of, yeah, it is still very cheap by today's standards because Shiromuku figures that are going on pre-order today, they are more like 30,000 plus yen nowadays. As for this series, no, I would still say no. I would still go for Good Smile casual version, right? I know that some of you guys would really love to have a shelf where figures of the same type, they are all on the same place, right? Like an entire row of 20 or 30 figures in bunny outfit, in swimsuit, in Shiromuku, and so on. Yeah, that would look fantastic as a collection, but I am a variety kind of person. I like every figure to be rather different from one another. Yeah. The next one here from Broccoli, we have Neptune 1x7 scale. This is Hidamari no Little Purple version. Supposed to be out in April for 30,000 yen normal version. Blu-ray bundle 34,000 yen. Okay, so with this figure company Broccoli, I don't have very good opinions of them. At the same time, because I've not seen their figures in person for many years, it is not fair to judge them based on the figure that came out in 2017, 2018 compared to today. Maybe they have gotten better, right? So I do not want to be too harsh on them. This looks like a great figure of Neptune to have, really. But my favorite version is still the outer version. Yeah, Purple Heart. Specifically Purple Heart. But I have a very, very sad backstory with my Purple Heart figure. I actually broke it. And when attempting to repair it, I made it worse. Maybe I'll talk about it in a future video. So this figure does not have user pictures yet. I would advise caution when buying Broccoli figures. Yeah. The next one here, a 1x7 scale Kena from Leader no Daichi Nite or Night. 1x7 scale by Phoenix. This is a seasonal anime. 25,000 yen. Stay away from this thing. Just stay away. You look at the sculpt, look at the body. It is so flat, so plain, not much details going on, and this thing is 25k, seriously? Not to mention, this is seasonal anime stuff. The anime was only average, right? It wasn't great. Next one here, we have something from Beeful. Hehe. Original character Nurse Sun, 1/6 skill. I would really love to see how badly they screwed up this figure, but there are no pictures at all. This is the only picture we have, an official picture. Only one single picture, no user pictures, nothing. Oh, there are user pictures. There are masochists out there who are willing to give it a chance and buy this figure. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm curious. Oh, wow. This is bad. This is really bad. I mean, the face is okay, but you look at her hair over here, the bangs over here, it looks like a grey blob of plastic. And then, yeah, is that a nurse outfit, or she is just wrapping herself in a towel? This folds over here, that is very thick, very unrefined. The bottom portion here, it looks like a towel to me. Yeah, this is really bad, but apparently there are masochists out there who are willing to buy something like this. Plain white, you see? Plain white. No details, absolutely nothing at all. Why? Why would you buy something like this? Let's see the rear end of the figure. Nothing much going on really. Those sandals over there, they look a bit like, I don't know, price figures maybe? The next one here is also a beautiful figure, but this is a 1/4 scale. Gachikoi Bunny Girl Yukino Harukaze. Moisture Eye version. Moisture Eye. 26,800 yen April release. No pictures, unfortunately. I would love to see more train wreck, man, but there are no pictures. The next one here from the Aimas Cinderella Girls from Yorita Yoshino, 1/7 scale by Plum for 18,000 yen, out in April, supposedly. Okay. Nothing mentioned in the comments section, so I'm not sure if she is actually already out. Anyways, let's have a look. Only one single picture over here. This is okay for 18,000 yen, you know. Like the character design, but no, I'm not collecting idols anymore. The next one here by RWBY, Chinese brand, we have Azalane U110, 1/7 scale, acute Sharky Reverie. This one is 18,500 yen, supposed to be out in April as well. And once again, as you can see, RWBY, they make adorable figures, man. This is so nice. I would love to have that diorama behind too. Like, sell me the whole thing. I would like the whole thing. Is this a good buy? Yes, it is. If you like Azalane, you like this character, go and pick one up. She won't be rare, right? Chinese figure companies, I've yet to see one that is kind of completely sells out and become rare and expensive. Hasn't happened to any Chinese brand figures so far. For some Mietos figures, maybe, but you know, the Japanese market, the international market, and the Chinese market, they are very different. You head to Taobao, you can find one easily. The next one here from Hobby Max and Tokyo Figure, we have AK-12 1/7 scale from Girls Frontline. This one is only 15,000 yen. Please stop uploading low resolution pictures. I really can't see anything here. Oh, these two are supposed to be a pair. I want that piano. That other figure over there, I kind of want to purchase it just to get the piano. Yeah, because it would be great for my photography. Well, it isn't a very detailed figure, but for 15,000 yen, I guess that we can't complain much. I'm not so interested in this AK-12, but the other figure, it is also out this month. Yeah, this one, AN94. I kind of want one just for the piano, but I'm afraid that this is a 1/8 scale figure, so the piano will be a bit too small to my liking. This should be a 1/8 scale, 1/7. Fantastic. 1/7. I think I might buy one at some point. I mean, this is only 18,000 yen. I want the piano. I don't care about the figure as much, to be honest. I want the piano. The figure is so plain and boring that it might be mistaken as a prize figure if I put it over here together with my other prize figures. I didn't know this figure exists, I need to bookmark this thing and go to China and hunt for one on the cheap. And that is all for the highlights of scale figures released from 1st to 30th of April 2023. Only one single figure which I would say is a must-have to me. Yeah, that Minamoto no Raikou from FGO. I'm waiting for the price to drop before buying one. A few other temptations, but I think I will get over it. And then there is that piano girl we saw just 2 minutes earlier. Most likely I'm going to hunt down one because I want the piano, not the figure. So which figure this month that is on your watch list, or you are going to buy one very soon? Let me know down in the comments below. And until then, thank you very much for watching. See you guys again soon. Goodbye.